When you buy a vintage RV, most likely your countertops are going to be older or outdated, and you may want to upgrade them. Wouldn't it be great if you could do custom countertops for under $100?
We're going to help you embrace the next chapter of life by showing you how to simplify your life, explore your dreams, and connect with what truly matters. So, if you're like us, we took a look at our countertops in our RV, and it's not the best quality and definitely not our style. So if you tuned into the last video, I was able to get the stove out so that we can work on removing the countertops and replace it with something more our style. So in this video, we're going to attempt to remove this countertop, and what our plan is we're going to put in custom wood countertops instead. I'll be honest, I'm a little nervous because if it's anything like the flooring was, I'm already seeing there's some staples. So we'll see what this process is like, and it looks like it could be a little challenging, but we'll learn together. Okay, so what I'm seeing is there's screws pointing upward. Those are the ones I'm going to start with, since those are obviously
Okay guys, while Jenny finishes getting that countertop out, I wanted to share with you how we did completely custom wood countertops for under $100. So what we did is we just went to a hardware store. You can go to a lumber store, and you see what we got here is we just picked out the type of wood we wanted. You can go with any species of wood you want, and then you can see the width on here as well. I mean, you can go with 8-inch, 10-inch, 12-inch, whatever width you want. After you pick out your wood species, you're going to want to cut it down to the size that you want for your countertops. I started off and just cut the entire piece. I didn't worry about doing the cutouts for the appliances or anything yet. I just basically got my pieces cut to length, if you will. So the next thing you're going to want to do is, you can see what we went with here was a distressing pattern to give it a little bit of some character to it. We went with this burnt wood look, or the torched look, just because it's unique. We didn't see a lot of it, and we really like the design of it. But again, this is personal preference. You can go with the rustic look, you can do the barnwood thing, or you can just leave it plain and show the wood grain if you want to do that. And then at that point, it was we needed to put the wood together. So in order to do that, what you're going to use is this device called a biscuit joiner. Okay, and your biscuit joiner, essentially what it does, if you don't have one of these, again, 30 bucks. You may break the $100 budget I put on this thing, but you're still going to be pretty close. But essentially what a biscuit joiner does is it cuts some slots into both sides of your wood planks, and then allows you to put in these little biscuits, if you can see that. And then what happens is you put those in the grooves, you get some wood glue, and you glue everything together. And then you're going to take your clamps, you clamp your two pieces together, you let it sit overnight, and then essentially now you have what was originally a couple of boards. Now those boards are together, and they make what's going to be the function of your countertop. Okay, after you get you let everything sit for 24 hours, make sure it's secure. The next thing what I did is I went ahead and we stained the wood. So we went and just chose the stain we wanted. We wanted something that wasn't too dark, not too light. So we kind of went with that, in between stain, like you've seen on our countertops. Again, personal preference. You can stain them whatever color you want, and we've even seen people just go natural wood style as well. And then the last thing you're going to want to do, because these are countertops, because you might have water splashing on them, food, debris, that type of stuff, is you want to do some sort of top coat for the wood to seal it. And what we did is we went with this General Finishes coat, and this is actually this is flat out flat is what they call it, top coat. Reason why we went with General Finishes, it was really recommended in a lot of the DIY places we checked out. Very low VOCs, really good for internal use. And the thing that we really liked about this is this gives almost, it's a very, very natural finish. There's no tinting or darkening of the stain you might use. It almost gives the appearance as if the wood isn't stained or it doesn't have a lacquer or a top coat on it. So that's why we went with this, and that's the flat out, that's the flat version of this. Again, you can go with, you know, if you want the shine, you can go with your gloss or semi-gloss or you know, something that's going to give you more of a shine. But we went with the flat, and that turned out really good for us. So that's it, guys. And again, I have never done this before in my life. I'm not a DIY guy. I've never even used half of these tools, but it's pretty simple to figure out. I hope this video helps you guys. If this guys help you out, we'd ask you guys to please subscribe. We thank you guys so much for coming by and checking us out. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and then you'll get the updates on when our new videos comes out. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Jenny, see if we can get this countertop out.
It's definitely been a learning process. I started off with the drill thinking that I could undo the screws that way, but with this RV, we're noticing a lot of times they have used a square-headed screw, and so I had to use a ratchet to get most of them out, and had to go in at some pretty crazy angles. I thought I could get this drawer set out and work more freely underneath, but the way this was custom designed, it's hitting up against here, so that wasn't happening. So I had to go up and just feel in there for the screws. And I think I've got all the screws now, and then I got the trim off. Let's see what we have here. So we have some staples. Okay. And it's out. I feel so accomplished. I got the countertop out. I didn't even have to use a crowbar to get it out. It's when those screws finally loosened, there really wasn't even that many staples to keep it stuck in there. So I was really glad about that, and we're going to build our custom countertop next. Hi guys, we got our countertops in, and what we did was we caulked all the way around where the countertop meets the cabinet underneath here, and we did the cutouts for our appliances, and for the last 24 hours while it's drying we had the clamps on, and so the last thing is just going to be to put the screws in and we'll be done. Alright, I think we're good. I got the screws in, and so the last thing's just going to be to finish up the backsplash and the trim around the edge. So I invite you guys to check out the other video when we remove and replace the stove so you can see the finished product.